What's up, everybody? It's your boy Danny from the Constitution State here today. I hope everybody's having a good day. Does everybody remember when this happened? When Master Nani from the Norwich Police Department attacked me? He said I was quote unquote jaywalking when I absolutely wasn't. All because I didn't use a crosswalk, which in Connecticut you don't have to use a crosswalk as long as you don't impede or obstruct traffic. Well, I went to court for this on September 12th of this year, 9 months after it happened. I've never seen a 9-month court date for anything, never mind an infraction. Well, you guys remember this clown, this guy that says he's a peace officer, but doesn't know how trespassing is. He thinks you could be trespassing on the outside of the sign. That's how slow this guy is. He thinks swearing on the sidewalk is against the law. He thinks filming from the sidewalk is against the law. This guy has single-handedly called the police on me more times than anybody in my whole life over nothing. And I said it the day before. They're going to steal my property tomorrow. And that's exactly what they did. I get there. I go through the metal detector. His butt buddy with the glasses is sitting there. Oh, hold on. Calls this sped who comes up and tells me, you can't have a phone in here. Which is absolutely false. There's no judge's order. There's no order. There's no nothing. I've never been served with anything. There's nothing preventing me from bringing my phone in that building. But I was also there for court, not to argue with his dumbass. So I said, okay, hold it. He said, no, we're not holding it. You got to take it somewhere else. Well, I got a ride there that day, and I live 40 minutes away, and it was 5 minutes till court started. Last time I was there, they gave me a failure to appear for going to lunch 5 minutes early, even though they called me last every single day. So I wasn't about to leave court and make a 2-hour round trip home to put my phone away. Every other court holds it. Why don't these guys? If you want to steal my property and deny me access to a public building with my property that I'm allowed to have, you can hold it. So they said, no, we're not holding it. Well, I was already in. So they had my property. So I said, do what you're going to do with it. And I went and handled my business. When I went to leave, they magically gave me all my property back, but not my phone. So what do you do when somebody steals your property? You call the police, which I did. And they said, all right, we'll be right there. And then they never showed up. So an hour later, I called them back, and then they switched it to, oh, well, now we're talking to them on the phone. They refused to come do an investigation or figure out what was going on. They waited till I left, and then they went down there and just took my phone. I find it weird that somebody claiming to be a peace officer doesn't know what they need to actually seize somebody's phone. I find it weird that a peace officer doesn't know what an illegal search is and doesn't know that they're not allowed to attempt to get into your phone. Because within 30 minutes of him having my phone, somebody was trying to get into my phone. Luckily, I have a fingerprint password on it, and he couldn't get in. And despite, as you'll hear, the state police claim they're about the Connecticut general statutes and they're here to enforce and follow the laws, they'll only do that when it comes to us. Everything they did that day was way worse of a crime than what they're claiming I did. They tried to get me criminally trespassed from going to my court date. Somehow, between me trying to enter the courthouse, not filming, not doing anything wrong, and me coming to the police department later, they fabricated that I was filming. And I would assume that's after the state police stepped in and said, you guys can't just seize a phone for no reason. And these failures are from the Connecticut State Police in Montville. Honestly, I've never had a problem with them, and I thought they were leagues ahead of most other departments in the state, which I no longer agree with. This is like the third time now they've neglected to come to a call and investigate crimes against me. And everything they list off isn't laws. There's nothing here except for they're trying to say I broke policies and I broke rules. And somehow I was criminally trespassing at my court date, which we all know is if I was trespassing and they asked me to leave and I refused, they would have beat my ass. The marshals would have jumped me. So nobody asked me to leave. I wasn't trespassing. I'm at Troop E. They stole my phone today at court. They told me when I got to court I couldn't bring it in. I said I had nowhere to put it. They needed to hold it. Well, when I went to leave, they gave me all my belongings but my phone. So when I went back to ask for it, they said I can call New London and get it. So I called around and nobody gave me any information. I called Troop E when it happened. And they said, yeah, we're sending somebody, and then they didn't send anybody. I sat there for an hour to call again to find out they were already conspiring with the department instead of coming to actually find out what happened. They just talked to the marshals on the phone. There is no warrant, or there was as long as a half hour ago. They have no reason to take my phone. Hello, my name is Dan Kokoska. I need to speak to a supervisor if possible. Yeah, something that happened today. It's just I don't know, I've been calling earlier and trying to get some information, and I've got some very rude people, and I just want to find out what's going on. Norwich Courthouse. No, I called and they said that they were going to send officers, and I sat there for an hour, and after like an hour I called back and they were like, no, nobody's coming, so. Stealing money from a lady at an ATM. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Not too bad, how you doing?
Good, how are you? So I had a big, long ongoing issue with court. Every time I go to court, they tell me I can't bring my phone, which is whatever. It's not here nor there, but I lived like 45 minutes from the courthouse today. I didn't have a car there. I Ubered. I said, I don't have anywhere to put my phone. You guys need to hold my phone. If you guys are going to tell me I can't bring it in, you got to hold it. Went back and forth. They ended up holding all my stuff. So.
The court did? Or?
Yeah.
But something happened.
Well, so they gave me an option. Oh, go put it out. I can't go. My phone's $1,500, dude. I'm not gonna go stash it underneath a rock. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So they refused to hold it. I ended up getting them to hold my stuff. Then when I go to leave, I get my property. Everything's fine. I walk out the door. I go through my stuff. My phone's not there. So I walk back in. I said, "Where's my phone?" Oh, you got to call New London. That's all they told me. So I'm like, I don't even know who to call in New London. Went home, made some calls to the state. The state said if they're going to take your phone, first of all, they need to tell you where it is and how to get it and the reason why they're taking it. They just can't seize it. And
so who sees it though?
The marshals. And then you guys got involved.
And then we did.
Well, I called you guys as soon as it happened because A, I don't have any faith in Norwich and it's state property. And you guys have always come and been fair. So I called you guys. They made it. See, the dude on the phone made it seem like somebody was coming. Yeah, somebody would be there, wait right there. I waited an hour, called back, and then it was a whole different story. He didn't want to, we're not sending anybody. We're already talking to the court. So
what, are you here to try to get your phone back? Or
well, no, they said that, I called whoever. I called here earlier, and the dude was really rude and didn't really give me any information, but I'd like to see the warrant of why my phone's being held. There's no reason. There's no crime. There's no anything. If I could have walked out at the beginning with my phone, they didn't want my phone. You know what I mean?
Well, they would need a warrant to look at the phone.
But to seize it at all, though. They need to have it at all. That or
like I said, I don't really know much.
No, I know. Well, no, but that or a judge's order. Everybody else can walk in there with their phone, just not me. And they told me for the past 2 years there's a judge's order. Well, there's not. We've come out to find recently there's no order. And even all the higher ups are saying they're not allowed to do that. They're literally doing it just because I go there and I protest what they're doing. Like, one of their employees assaulted me last November outside.
Yeah.
You guys came, you processed it, you did everything you're supposed to do. Well, the judge decided they weren't going to prosecute the guy. So I've had issues with them, and I go there and I protest. I go there and look at what they're doing. I don't commit any crimes, but they don't like what I'm doing to them. So, or what I put online about them for how they're acting. So I don't understand how they even got you guys involved. You know what I mean? To seize my phone or get a warrant. But that's what you guys were telling me before. So I want to either get my phone or see the warrant that's being processed for my phone, because there's no, you know what I mean? There's no reason.
Yeah. So right now, I don't think there's a warrant that you could see. You know, if that was a warrant that went to court, then you'd be able to.
Well, they said you guys were doing it. It was you guys.
We were going to write a warrant.
Yeah.
So probably not something that you'd be able to view right now. Maybe something like.
So can I have my property?
Like if they're writing a search warrant, or what are they writing?
They just said they didn't tell me. They just said they're writing a warrant for the phone.
Right. So that's something obviously.
But so I'm supposed
to be working on within the next few days or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to have my phone.
You will have a copy of it.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to have my phone until the warrant's out. That's
negative.
How do you figure?
So the police could seize your phone and then they could.
For what though?
Look at it.
For what? There's no crime.
Well,
there's nothing.
Like I said, I don't know what anything that happened, so I wasn't.
Well, I know, but I'm telling you, if there's no crime and nothing happened, if I was able to walk out of there at the beginning, if they were going to let me go take my phone, and this is the thing too, you can't make it. Last time I was there, they gave me a failure to appear for going to lunch 5 minutes early. I can't leave at 9:45 to bring my phone back to Mansfield, Connecticut to come back for 12. They're going to put a warrant out for me. So why was it okay for me to leave then with my phone? I could have had the option. But suddenly something happened. Well, they're either making somebody's making something up.
So I would say that do you know the trooper that took the phone or whatever?
No, I don't even know who.
If there's something that you're able to view later. But
they didn't tell me anything. I would like to know who's doing it. You guys can't seize my phone without a warrant.
Were you there when this happened?
No, the marshals seized it, and then you guys didn't come. I called back after an hour. You guys told me to leave because you weren't coming, and then. I called again and I got told, they're going to do a warrant, but they couldn't tell me anything else at all.
So like I said, if they are writing a search warrant, that's something that you want to have access to right now. It would be something that
Yeah, but how do they have
You would
it?
see it.
But how do they have it without a
They actually
warrant?
have to show it to you.
But why? How do they have it without a warrant? What was my...
So, like I said,
Court's not allowed to seize my phone. They're not allowed. You guys should have came and...
So I don't know anything that happened today, or why it was seized.
Nothing, though.
Like that.
Nothing.
Like,
There was literally nothing. Literally, I have audio. I have the audio of me going in and leaving. Nothing happened while I was in that court. Nothing. So it's them being petty, and you guys are literally playing along with it. Instead of coming out when I called and getting the story and fixing it,
Right.
you guys ignored me and treated me like a third-class citizen. You know what I mean? Why did nobody come? I called
so
for
I'm not-
assistance.
I can't judge, and I'm just a.
I know, but you got to get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Like, I called. I'm the victim in this. It doesn't matter what they're telling you. I called for assistance. I got nothing. Nobody came. Why didn't you guys come and get the story? So you at least have both sides, the facts of the
I
case.
wasn't there. I don't know.
I know, but instead what happened is somebody called over there, and now it's just you're going off of their word to try and get a search warrant to go on my phone for no reason.
I'm just going by what you're telling me right now, because I'm not.
Well, I know, but it's all documented. Like, I'm not lying to you. I don't know what they said, and nobody will tell me. Nobody can tell me why it was okay for me to leave at the beginning with my phone, and then suddenly at the end they could keep my phone. And when I left, it wasn't, we're going to get a warrant. It was call them in London and get it. So how did it go from there to now we're going to get a warrant? Like, it just seems like a lot of fuckery. And I'm just trying to pin down who's going to be in this.
You here to
I want to
see
know.
if there's a report, or are you here?
Well, I want to see the report. I want to know who has my phone. I want to know why. I want to know the names, who's involved, everybody.
Okay. I don't have all that information.
I know.
Do you want to talk to a supervisor? Or?
Yeah, that's what I asked for originally.
You asked for it. Okay.
Yeah, I thought
I'm
you
just
were.
trying to get-
No, I
I'm not a
appreciate it.
supervisor.
And I'm
I
not
don't
even
know
trying to be a dick to you, bro.
Yeah,
but this is
you've always
fucking.
been cool with me. I don't know. If you remember me.
No, where were
I used to
you?
work in Romantic, so.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
better you fucking got out of there, dude. But
I'm okay.
I don't know. I'm just it's not right. So yeah.
Okay. So I'll talk. So you want to see their.
I want to see whatever
I
there
don't
is.
think there's gonna be a report. I'm just telling you that now, so that's why I kind of come in here to see what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, but
So I don't think there's gonna be a report if they seize your phone.
which they
and
can't
they are
do.
writing a search warrant.
But the marshals can't do that. They're not allowed to.
So that has to go to the court. And
Yeah,
the
but
grant-
the
judge
marshals
grants it.
aren't allowed to do that. You guys should have came and got me my phone. They're not allowed to do that. It doesn't matter if they're marshals or what. Like, even their bosses said they can't do
So,
that.
okay, so I don't know. I wasn't there, so I mean, you have to talk to the people that were there, and
Well, that's why I tried to get you guys there. Like, that was the whole point of
it
calling.
seems like so we ended up coming, and then now we.
Well, no, if you guys went, it was when I wasn't there. Nobody notified me. I would have went and met you there, so I could have gave my side, and I got nothing.
Okay, well, let me pass that on for you.
Thank you, bud.
Double check everything.
I appreciate it.
Yep,
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Stay safe, dude.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello, how are you,
Hey,
bud?
how are you?
Yeah, living the dream, dude.
So this is kind of what happened today. All right. When you walk in GA21, there's a sign with rules.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
One of their rules is you cannot have a record inside the facility.
Yeah.
You gotta let me explain that.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. You dropped off the phone. My understanding, right? They were like, hey, you can't come in here with the recording device, right?
Yeah, which I wasn't arguing.
You dropped it off. You weren't really pleasant to them about it. You said, you can pretty much watch my fucking phone for me or something along those lines.
There wasn't that, but
And at that point, you left. You walked into the clerk's office, knocked on the window, not supposed to do that, and then walked upstairs or something along those lines. Somewhat accurate?
not really, but it's,
And then you left the court, right?
no. I didn't leave the court till I was done.
So you were done.
Oh, yeah,
You left
yeah,
the court
yeah.
later, sorry.
Okay.
According to the chief administrative officer, who is a judge,
Mm.
they set the rules. Their rule, all the courthouses, is that the marshals will seize your phone and take it. And they did.
So I talked to the people above them. That's just a policy, and
It's
there's
set by a judge.
yeah, but it's still a policy.
It's a policy.
Anybody else can walk in that court with their phone.
As long as they cannot record, take
Yeah.
photographs.
Well, no, the rules and that's wrong though. You go in there and read the court rules. The
Yep.
court rules state you can take pictures, you can video, and you can
So
audio.
what they're saying from the judge in writing is
Yep.
that that's not accurate. The rules on the door specifically state you can have your phone, but you cannot record, you cannot take photographs under certain circumstances. and whatnot, and you broke those rules, so they seized.
How did I break the rules though? They told I got there and they listen. I'm gonna tell you. So I get there.
Yeah,
I have no problem with them holding my phone. I got no problem with
But
that.
it's not their job to hold your phone, which is.
Yes, it is. Every other court does. If you bring something in, you can't come in. What am I gonna do? Miss court? They're gonna give me a failure to appear.
That's their rules, though. Those aren't even. So, they told us that they told you to get your phone back. You need to make a complaint with the director.
No, they told me I had to call New London, and that's how I get it back. That's what they told me. Call New London, and you can get your phone back. And I have it. That's
the way they told us is.
So if they're lying, though, why did nobody? But I'm telling you, why did nobody come out and speak to me when I called?
They told us, yes, they told you this, that if you want your phone back, you need to.
They never told me.
Make a complaint and file a petition with the court to get.
I've already done that.
That is their policy.
I've already done that.
However, this turned into a criminal issue, which is why we seized your.
And what's the
phone.
criminal issue?
The criminal issue is you're not following their rules, so.
It's not criminal. It's the rules. What law is that?
The judge has set the rules inside the courthouse.
And what rule did I break?
Recording inside the courthouse.
I wasn't recording. They had my phone. How was I recording?
They are giving us an affidavit saying that you were recording with your phone inside the courthouse.
But what if so why didn't you guys look at the footage? All you see is me going in and handing them my phone.
I don't have any of the footage. It's still,
but why
still a preliminary.
But somebody went there, right, to pick up my phone?
Yeah.
So why didn't they look? Every other time at the footage.
What footage?
Their footage, the video footage of me going in that shows me handing them my phone. I'm not recording. I'm going there to wrap up a case, dude, not cause trouble.
They're saying that you were.
They're lying.
Well, we'll investigate that. That's what this is part of.
Okay, so how long is this going to take? Because that's how I make my living. You know that my phone's part of how I make my living. And it's I'm not just a regular citizen. Like I'm a member of the press. We got a little more protection. So
you broke their rules.
I did not break their rules. You're just saying I did because you're saying that they said it. Instead of coming and looking. Yeah.
I can't look, right? Because I have rules that we have to follow.
Like every time I've been to a courthouse, the state police came, Troop H, other courts, they went and looked at the footage right away.
That courthouse doesn't have footage in that area. A different courthouse.
So it's a hearsay, he said, she said? Because I'll get the people that were in there. There's people there that I know that saw it.
Okay. What I'm saying is that very preliminary right now. We're taking what they told us. So want to drop it off later?
Yeah, I'll drop it off. And I'm not even trying to be a dick to you, dude, but you gotta understand that this is fucking and it doesn't matter what the fuck their rules are. Their rules I look every other court. I didn't look there, but the rules are on the wall. It states you can record, and I wasn't recording.
They're claiming you're recording.
Okay, that's fine.
The rules are posted right at the front door. You know the rules because of your interactions in the past there. You know the rules, you broke the rules, they took your phone. And that goes to every single courthouse because the chief court administrator, who is a judge, sets the rules.
Who's that?
Judge Basoto. If you looked up, I'm sure if you did a Google search.
I'll find it. And like, honestly, I like you guys. Out of everybody in the whole state, I like Troop B the best. We don't, but like,
listen, we have our rules.
Yeah, but we don't go off rules, dude. This is a country we go off. Exactly, and they're saying I broke policies.
And they're saying that they have the authority to set the rules and seize your phone.
Do you know the First Amendment gives us the right to film or audio record anywhere in public?
I have no problem you recording me right now.
Well, I know, but that goes for the court too.
Again, that's not our.
I know, but I have the rules from O'Donovan Murphy, their boss, in my email. So when I come at that state. You can record, you can have, and the thing is, my thing is, it's not even that. I don't give a fuck about recording in there because I don't go to court to cause trouble. Like I go there to wrap up cases that I don't even feel like I should be fighting. Yeah. So that's not my battle. But I've never got caught doing anything wrong. Like for the past 2 years, they've told me, oh, there's a judge's order. That's why you can't bring your phone in here.
She is the judge.
I know, but there's no order. That's the problem.
Her policy and her order is posted right on the door.
Yeah, and maybe I'm talking about every other court. Every other court doesn't have that.
But no. From what they're telling me.
Yeah, but I'm telling you.
She's up here.
If you go, I'm telling you, if we want to we can go to New Britain, we can go to these other courts where the rules are right there on the wall. Let's say you can record.
Yeah.
And they're picking and choosing what they're doing.
So does Norwich have a different set of rules?
That's what it sounds. I didn't even look at them because I wasn't even there for that. I literally went in. Yep. You got any electronics? Of course, dude. Like I live 45 minutes away. I'm not gonna come, and I can't. My girl lives out there, but like I'm gonna spend the day out here. I'm not gonna leave all my stuff at home and drive back out there. And You're saying it's not their job to, but if you go in there with a keychain that looks like a weapon, what do? They take it and they hold it. They take stuff that you're not supposed to have
I can't
hold it.
talk about
Well, I know,
what
but
they do or don't do.
I'm just saying, from my experience at any other court in this whole state, if you have something you're not supposed to have, they hold it.
Did they tell you to, hey, go outside, get rid of it, and come back in?
Yeah, but where am I going to put it? I don't have
Car?
time. I didn't have it. That's why I didn't have
How'd
a
you get
car.
there?
I Ubered from Mansfield.
Do you have proof of that so we can use that to help you?
Probably.
Okay. All I'm saying is that's why we went there today, because we were told that you broke the clear rules on the door. They seized your phone. This is how you get the phone back if you wanted to.
But they didn't say that.
They are, you know, they made a complaint again, a criminal complaint against you, which we are investigating. And
What crime?
not following the judge's orders and trespassing there because you didn't follow the orders. Criminal trespass, and the judge in the statute dictates.
So next time I need to go to court, every time I have to go to court from now on, you guys didn't come today, if I call, you're going to come out there and make sure I get into court safe so this doesn't happen? Because clearly they have a problem. It's clearly them.
They're claiming you broke the rules, that's why they
Exactly, but so...
No, we're not going to escort you into the courthouse.
Why, you won't come and make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong so that they don't lie?
No, just follow the rules on the door.
I did.
You did.
It doesn't say you can't bring anything. It says, where does it say? Where I wasn't recording. That's what you keep saying.
But that's what they're saying.
The issue, the bottom line issue is that they didn't want to hold the phone. That's what the real issue is. There's not recording. That's not an issue, and no, it doesn't make any sense. But all right, so what do we do from here?
Well, you said you want to provide a statement.
Yeah, I'll come back tomorrow and do that. But
write it out, drop it off. Trooper Cervantes, he's not on anymore. Give it to him.
Who was I talking to earlier? Because he was being a fucking dick, dude. I didn't want to have to come in and do this. The dude wouldn't give me anything over the phone. Which
do you want a case number?
Yeah. Just say it. I'll get it on here.
I don't know it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no, I thought you had it on the top of your head.
No, I don't have it.
You're all right.
I can get that for you, but we are looking into any kind of violations of the Connecticut General Statute, and we'll let you know. Again, this just happened today. We still have to do some legwork. So if you want to provide your statement, we'll gladly take it.
No, yeah, I'll do that, but I just don't see how...
Drop it off on it. You know, we'll watch you sign it. We'll make you swear to it, just like we do anyone else. We'll go from there.
Just follow the laws, dude.
Do you actually have a new phone number we can contact you at?
No, they have my phone. I can give you an email.
Email? Oh,
yeah.
Girlfriend.
I could, but you're not going to always get a hold of... I'm in Mansfield a lot, so...
All right,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, let me second.
This is fucking crazy. This is literally like a fairy tale. Trespassing. At my court date. What fucking rule? There ain't no fucking rule.
Do you want to write it down?
No, you can do it if you want. The Constitution state. It's a long one.
It's fine.
And it's just that, 860.
860?
Yeah, at the end, gmail.com.
That's easy.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
Tomorrow, you'll have a statement for us?
Yeah. I got a question. So, I just want your opinion. If I walk
I don't
up
give legal opinions.
No, but just like if I say I walk up and push somebody, is that assault? Like
Well, I mean, you're not stupid, right? You read those statutes.
Yeah.
You know what the elements of a crime are.
Yeah. I just
So
want.
yes, a tech could be, yes. You said assault.
Yeah, well, it's battery, whatever. You know what I
If
mean?
it causes injury, yeah.
But no injury, it's not a crime, even if somebody wants to press charges.
It's situational. You know that. What's the situation? You know what I mean?
You're just out, hanging out, doing nothing wrong, and somebody walks up and just starts pushing you and yelling at you and threatening you. No, I'm public. Just public property. Just hanging out.
Who's the person?
A cop.
What's the reason?
No reason, because they're misinformed.
Yeah.
And even
I need a little bit more than that.
well, I got an IA report saying that I was assaulted and my rights were violated. That department agreed.
Okay.
And then
you filed the crime.
But it came over here, and you guys found no wrongdoing. That's what I was.
When did that happen?
2022.
What was it? 2022.
Yeah.
Who's the trooper?
What's his name in New London? The fat dude. What's his name? He's got a brother. His dad was there. I can't remember it on the top of my head. Fuck, I don't even know how. He was the one that got arrested. He got fired in 2011 for Mason and beating that dude at the program, and they gave him his job back in a year. But he did all this stuff to me, and their department agreed, and then it came over here, and there was nothing. But that court's crazy, dude. They assaulted me last year. That's what this is all over.
Which one?
Norwich. Their employee assaulted me. You guys came out, did your job, pressed charges. It went in front of their judge, and the charges were dropped. He didn't want to prosecute. And that's my whole issue. That's why I've been going there and documenting what they do. None of them follow laws, dude. They're breaking laws every day. And then they want to cry about what I'm doing. I'm not even doing anything wrong. I'm just telling you guys suck, because that's how I feel.
But you know that's, yeah, okay. But you know that's not anything to do with us, though, right? That's
no, that part wasn't. Yeah, no. You guys did what you were supposed. No, you did what you're supposed to do. But like, I'm just trying to let you guys know how far it goes back and how the tables are turned. Because when it comes to them, nothing happens. Nothing. They don't get in trouble for anything. And then magically, I go to court just to go to court, and my phone gets seized, and now I'm being looked at, and like, I'm really not worried about it. You guys are gonna do whatever you're gonna do anyways. I don't care. Like,
we are going to follow the law.
Well, I hope you do. I have more faith in Troop E, dude, than anybody else in the rest of the state. But like, well, you guys have always.
We try.
Besides today, I wasn't that happy with today. But dude, Barnes, the other dude that I met last, dude, you guys have some really good cops.
We do.
Like, compared to a lot of other departments. That's how I feel. But like,
I agree with you. Barnes is a great dude.
Anything can shift it, but like up to this point, I feel like you guys have been really fair. And
we'll be fair.
In my eyes, I didn't do anything wrong today. But
listen, we're going to do an investigation. We're going to present it for a judge.
Absolutely. But so this is my thing too, though, because I'm going to go there tomorrow. I feel like I had a prosecutor today read the statute in front of me. They accused me of jaywalking in Norwich. I got dropped to not using a crosswalk. Now, if you read the statute, it clearly says you got to impede traffic. Like, you know what I mean? If you don't use the crosswalk. Okay. So the dude read it in front of me and was like, that's not what I'm getting out of that. I'll offer you a $35 fine. And I'm like, dude, no, I'm getting out. So I don't even want anything to go there. How do I transfer all my stuff out of that court?
It's a great question. I don't have the answers to that because I don't.
All right, well, I'll bring that up through them tomorrow. But I already went to there today, and I filed some motions. But like, I don't feel like there's a fair shot there when they've been doing deliberate stuff to me.
You go there tomorrow, look at the sign at the.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
You know what I mean? And make sure you're not recording.
They've called the cops on me, dude, like 5 times in a week last fall for nothing. Like, they want to get me for something. Like, and so they can try either which way. I'm not. They can put whatever they want up. It's still a public lobby. You have a right to record what you're doing with your public officials. And I wasn't recording. I don't care what they say.
To be honest with you, it sounds like a bigger fight than what can be solved right here.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just wanted to come in and let you guys know how I felt. I'll come in, yep. I'll bring it, yep.
Write it up,
yep.
On what happened. We'll add it to what we have in the investigation. And whatever happens from there, happens from there. It's going to be out of our hands.
Thank you, dude.
All right.
I appreciate it, dude.
No problem. Hey, good luck.
Stay safe, dude. I appreciate it.
Drive safe, guys.
Same thing.
See ya. Have a good one. See you.
And I know people are going to say, hey, what happened at court with the case? So we were right. I didn't jaywalk, despite what the cop said and the cop charged me with. They changed it later to not using a crosswalk. And it was weird. I got the same prosecutor who, when I called the court to find out why the court employee's charges were dropped that assaulted me, couldn't give me any information on that, but went into a tangent on how I got him a traffic ticket and how did I know he was parked illegally, which was pretty much common sense. He was parked in police parking only, and he's not a cop. He just couldn't fathom that. So I don't understand how he gets his role and works in court when you can't even understand something that simple. And he said, why didn't you use a crosswalk? And I said, because it states you don't have to, as long as you don't impede traffic. 1300B, pedestrians' use of crosswalks and roadway. A, each pedestrian crossing a roadway at any point other than a crosswalk marked as provided in subsection 14300 or any unmarked crosswalk or at a location controlled by police officers shall yield the right of way to each vehicle upon such roadway. Each pedestrian crossing a roadway at a point where a pedestrian tunnel or overhead pedestrian crossing has been provided shall yield to the right of way each vehicle upon such roadway. What does that mean to you guys? Each pedestrian crossing a roadway at any point other than within a crosswalk. I take that as so you can cross the road outside of a crosswalk as long as you don't impede traffic like it says. So I told him that, and he read it, and he said, that's not what I get out of it. And even though your ID was stolen and you were assaulted and you were detained for absolutely no reason, I can offer you a $35 fine. And I said, yeah, I'm not doing that. So we set a trial date. And this case clearly needs to get out of Norwich court. They've done nothing but prove every time I've been there, they're incompetent of acting like stable, competent public servants. And I would love to see who signed these affidavits they claim to have, because this guy wasn't even there when I walked in. He came after the fact. So I sure hope it wasn't him, and I sure hope he's not writing fake statements. They had my phone from the second I entered the second door. The sign the state trooper's whining about is at the metal detector, which I didn't cross. So even if I was recording, I wasn't doing anything wrong. It doesn't become wrong until I pass that sign and enter the quote unquote restricted area. But they just couldn't fathom that. We've learned not to expect more out of this coward. But this is what happens when the courts rule that the police departments can deny hiring smart people. And the police departments choose the dumbest people they could hire to be cops. Look up Jordan versus Connecticut. He did too well on the test, so they wouldn't let him become a cop. They said he would get bored. So instead, they hire these idiots that don't even understand the basics. They don't even understand how trespassing works. They don't even know what the First Amendment is. This guy right here gets on his knees for O'Donovan Murphy any chance he gets. No, my boss said so. So these fools will break the law because their boss said so. And it doesn't really matter, because you see what the fine state police do. They make excuses for them. Not one of those real cops knew if I was recording or not, but he kept saying, well, don't record. Oh, you'll be okay as long as you don't record. Clearly not. But what's funny is Long Island Audit was filming in the foyer weeks before this. They didn't take his phone. They didn't do anything to him. Why? Look at all the charges though. Larceny, armed robbery, discrimination, conspiracy under the color of law. Everybody else can enter that court with their phone. Even though I've never done anything wrong or gotten in trouble at court or got caught doing anything wrong at court, I can't have my phone in there. Neither can Tyrant Slayer, neither can Long Island Audit, neither can Andy Pritchard, neither can Johnny Flynn. And you know what we all have in common? We're all citizen journalists. And these idiots really act like they're doing something great by stealing. We're protecting court. What are you protecting, you retard? Nobody's even going in there to film. But this is how they keep these low IQ, retarded criminals working for the state. Well, they can't catch us doing anything wrong if we steal their phones, even though they have a right to record us in the course of our duties. If we steal their phone and deny them entry, they can't. And even though they have security cameras and they have all this stuff, you can't get it. They'll never give you that footage. Look what they did when they lied and arrested Slayer. Then they refused to do anything to the marshals that blatantly lied and made false reports and had Slayer arrested for no reason. But of course, this was before they knew that audio of the incident existed. But that didn't change anything because they don't care. As we see their boss, Mr. Murphy's not going to do anything or hold them accountable. As we see the state police won't do anything or hold these guys accountable. And this is why we need to get these marshals out of here and get sheriffs back, because this isn't working. I do like this guy. He used to be at Willimantic. I don't have an issue with him. I think he needs to do a little more research and understand that they can't just steal your property or your phone because they think there's a crime on it. For regular people, absolutely they can. But for members of the press, they can't. And in the next video, you'll see how despicable this supervisor manager is. He goes, well, court said you're not a member of the press. Since when does court make decisions on who is press and who isn't? It's kind of sad that they believe that. They don't even understand our rights or why they were put in place. We have our rights, so the government can't dictate who can speak up and who can't. Everybody has the right to speak up, and everybody has the right to disseminate information to the public. And it's funny because people are always in the comments going, oh, haha, journalist. Like it's some sort of joke. Like these definitions are so hard to understand or even look up for that. Because according to Connecticut and the Connecticut's definition of a journalist in the law, we absolutely are journalists. 5433I, journalist, news, organization, and news defined for the purpose of this section and sections 5433A and 5433J. 1. Journalist means a person engaged in the business of investigating, collecting, or writing news or of supervising such activity with the intent of publication or presentation or for publication or presentation to the public through a news organization. 2. News organization means A, an individual, partnership, corporation, or other association engaged in the business, whether or not for profit, of I, publishing a newspaper or other periodical that reports news events and that is issued at regular intervals or has a general circulation. Or 2, providing newsreels or other motion picture news for public showing. Or 3, broadcasting news to public by wire, radio, television, or whatever that is, and B, a press association or other association of individuals, partnerships, corporations, or other associations described in subparagraph A of this subdivision or in subdivision 1 of this section engaged in gathering news and disseminating it to the members for publication. 3. News means any compilation of facts, theories, rumors, or opinions concerning any subject for a purpose of informing the public. So by this guy saying, oh, well, they say you're not press, all that does is show us that he doesn't actually understand what he's even talking about or the laws he's claiming to enforce. Talking about enforcing the Connecticut general statutes, yet he doesn't even know them or their definitions. How does that work? Like, truly, this was a time they could have absolutely shined. They could have done the right thing. But like we see most of the times, they just neglect to do what is right or what they should do and just do whatever they want. How do you call 911 for help and yet they don't show up? I mean, it seems quite planned that they didn't come. They didn't come while I was there. They didn't investigate, but then they went and took one person's word. And I would pretty much say for a fact that there's no way the marshals called them and right off rip said I was filming, because the marshals didn't even know that they couldn't seize your phone for no reason. I know that for a fact. So I would assume that later the state police said, well, you can't just do this. If we're going to seize the phone, somebody needs to say this. And yet it's funny because there was no actual investigation done. The marshals just wrote an affidavit and the state trooper just went and picked it up with my phone. Said there's no camera footage of it. There's no nothing. Said there's no footage inside of anything. The marshals made up that I was rude to some lady after I banged on a window. Knocking on a window is not against the rules. There's no court rule that says don't knock on the window. And I absolutely was not rude to the lady when she came out. I actually wish I was now because they lied and said I was. I was actually very pleasant to her. So it appears like this guy just came out to whine a bunch of policies and stuff that doesn't even apply. Even if my phone was recording and I was standing there recording, I wasn't past the sign he's talking about. But I wasn't. I went there to handle my case. So I will be going down there this week, and I would like charges pressed on these criminals that stole my property, tried to get into my property, and did all this stuff. And I can already tell you now what these fine officers are going to do. They're not going to take the charges. Just like they didn't press charges on New London when the guy assaulted me. New London even agreed he assaulted me and he violated my rights. Yet somehow Troop E came in and found no wrongdoing. He can act like that's not how it went, but that's exactly how it went. And there is part 2 to this, where I found the laws that they were breaking and I brought them to them. And he had no valid excuse except for their circumstances. Yeah, to steal a member of the press's phone, there are 2 circumstances. National security or somebody's life is on the line. Neither of those things were at play. And this just shows their character and what they're really about. If they're willing to violate your rights over something as stupid as this, supposedly recording in a public area of a courthouse outside, then they will violate your rights over anything. They will steal your property over anything. They will let anybody do anything to you and won't do anything to them as long as you're a member of the public and they're a member of their gang or the state. They've made it pretty clear, and they wonder why people don't like them. But let me know what you guys think about it. Leave it in the comments. I will be putting part 2 out soon. All the information will be in the description for the marshals, their boss, the court, the police department. If you feel any type of way, let these losers know.